No, my stuff was being janky earlier. That's why I'm a little bit of a fucking delay. Just
You're
like it
good.
is, just like it is now. Freaking nothing wants to work. And nothing works, I'm not getting aggravated. Come on. Shooby dooby doo 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 doo. Shooby dooby doo 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 doo. Come on, dang it.
Hi, Will.
Yes. Hello, Richard. How you doing?
I'm good. Starting some Xfinity at Talladega.
Xfinity at Talladega.
Yeah, man. Trying to duplicate the truck win from about 30 minutes ago.
Nice.
Thanks to me. Hey,
Thanks to Brian. And I quote, keep your foot in it, keep your foot in it.
I don't know why my flipping overlays ain't working. Hold on, we're gonna get it fixed. We'll try to. I got one more shot at it. And if not, then we're free for the night.
Free as we'll ever be.
So how you doing, Will? How's your day going?
Oh, there we go.
It's one of those, another fairly decent day.
I hear you.
How about yourself?
Surprised you're not watching the Packers game on Prime right now.
Me no have Prime,
Oh, man.
so
I'm sure it's on
I'll
Twitch.
just, well, I don't have Twitch Prime. I just have Twitch. But I'll get to see the highlights. That'll be sufficient. It's very, very unfortunate, but
It's just the Lions and the Packers.
yeah.
From Lambeau Field. Thursday night football, and they're probably wearing all white uniforms. So that way, when they sit on the dirt, looks like they shit themselves.
Why isn't it popping up? I have it on my end, just it ain't working over here. Adios, míos. Nothing. Cappy, 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 cappy. Paste. Boom. Because it ain't no fun without overlays, that's for sure.
I mean, just go do it old school. Just check in every now and again what the laps are and whatnot, I guess. But yeah, it is a bit insightful and helpful. But there we go.
I'll get it to work eventually.
So Brandon Moore leading this field, qualified on pole sitter, and one of the championship four runners. Tried to have enough separation or not make it sound like a Toyota 4Runner. But anyway, we're going to see that all night long, especially more so, I think, off of turn 2, turn 4. It just differently shaped, just how it goes. Oh, and as I say that, it's still possible to get very loose off of turn 4. It still happens. Just how the radius is of the corners and trying to get back into the throttle sooner than the car wants type of scenario. I don't think that produced a caution. I think we're still green here, so. Yeah, so Brandon Moore, Joe Stipe, Josh Small, and Aaron Bradford, correct, Brian? That is running for the BNR Xfinity Series Championship. Okay, thank you, Richard.
Oh, wait, yes. Sorry, I had my headset up.
No, you're good. Richard luckily is here and got you back. So, I was just wanting clarification. I saw that earlier. You could see on the onboard riding that nice onboard shot going into turn 3 of actually how much banking there somewhat is to this flat track here at Loudon, New Hampshire. People do call it a flat track, but there is relatively slight increase of elevation throughout the corners. Just enough to, back in the day, this track would be really racy. It somewhat, almost any iRacing race I've ever seen, kind of a single group track, but it can get quite racy, but can be quite difficult, but that's almost any track though. But anyway, New Hampshire can have some good racing, as you see. Most you could kind of drive this as a short track. It's a mile in length, the magic mile, but you pretty much drive it like a short track just because of how the corners are, how much of a slow average speed you kind of deliver the car through the corners, and it's almost kind of similar to Gateway in a sense of just you feel like you're on the straightaway for a good while, but you're actually not. It's probably, if you want to take into account both sets of corners, it's probably an even amount of how much you're through the corner in straightaway time. So fairly simple lap around here, but it can be a relatively hard track to conquer or even master, try to run good at. Another one of those tracks to where you really want to try to use that theory of well, I've got an egg underneath my gas pedal.
Oh, well, we'll have to rock it without the overlays. That's okay. So.
Yeah.
Here, this could probably help.
I got told just over 65 laps tonight, so I don't know what to believe for tonight's fuel mileage, but dang
it. Not too sure either.
So just have to wait and see. Looks like it might be an opening green flag run here. We had a couple of wannabe spinners that did not produce a caution, so
You see here Bradford and Joe as they battle for third.
yes, third and fourth, and second and third in the battle for the championship.
Yes. Pretty much so.
Looks like Brandon is out to a happy, comfortable lead.
Of almost 5 seconds to Sanders.
So thank you for that clarification.
Yeah,
And
do it the old retro way, I do assume. But that's okay.
yep.
I got your back.
So good tussle between Joe and Bradford here. Joe has a select handful of tracks. I do believe that he is just really, at times, he can just be a really stand up, kick, just kick butt type of guy, type of driver at those certain tracks. Where was it, Brian? Was it Gateway, I think, or where was it? He had a real good stint going. I'm trying to remember now, but it seems like it's, I don't want to say short tracks, but certain tracks in general where Joe can shine really good, particularly. I feel like I would be the same way. I don't think I'd be.
Joe
there
has
would probably
a
only
very
be like 2 tracks.
Yeah, but I'm going to agree with you. Joe does have very selective tracks that he's good at. Same thing with Bradford. So.
Oh, yeah. Just about everybody can be that way. It's hard to master every track or be good enough to run everywhere. But as long as you can get, just a handful of tracks or be dominant at, say, short tracks, that's your specialty. And if, you run good there, then hey, you never know what type of season you're going to get from different leagues. Some like to mix it up, throw some short tracks in there. Some like the short track to be the final race of the season. So, or I guess you could call it like a hybrid. New Hampshire could be like a hybrid track of almost being an intermediate type of track and being a short track because of how you have to drive it. But my apologies, Brian. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that. Wow. What was I going to say? That's the problem.
I don't know. I just kept rambling, and you were going to say something.
I was, but it'll dawn back to me.
Looks like Christopher Campbell. Is he on the lead lap? He is ran down. Wow, look at that.
In practice, it was Brandon
Campbell.
Ford, and then it was Campbell.
Yes.
And then it was Sanders. And then I do believe Joe, then Bradford, and
Campbell probably didn't qualify.
I don't think he did.
But Campbell's another person that seems like he's another person that hasn't quite got every track jotted down. Like I said, it's not necessary. You can just show up, get through it, have a nice clean run. Hey, I got through the day. And then get to those tracks you really enjoy, and Campbell there really seems to be another one of those types of drivers that really shines at certain tracks and has good runs there, and you love to see it because sometimes, like I talked about, schedules can be dominated with tracks that they're not necessarily good at, so you don't necessarily get to see certain drivers running up front all the time. So
yeah, that is very true, Will. Some are just better than others at selective tracks, and some just can go out and know how to work the track. I mean, these cars are a learning curve for some. They can be sketchy a little bit. I would say, because there's, for a handful of laps, you're absolutely perfect, and then the next handful of laps, it's just like wicked loose. Like there's no keeping the car from slipping out from underneath you. So
exactly.
So these cars can be a handful. Tire wear is another one, big key, especially around this track. If there's not a lot of grip put down, then you're going to be extra loose like that. Like Joe has ricocheted off the wall.
Yeah, he's been a bit twitchy going into the corners for the past few laps, and finally the car just jumped out from underneath him, it looks like. He's been flirting with it.
Oh, yes he is. Where are we at there?
Yes, where are we at? Maybe go check on a little bit other people, perhaps. Go through the field here, see where everybody's at.
You can sure do that. Where is? So, Brandon Moore is obviously, we know. Sheesh. Right there. Heading into turns 3 and 4.
Looks like he's got over a half a track lead, just about.
Charlton's just entering turns 3 and 4. Brandon Moore's coming by the start finish.
Okay, so almost a half a track lead.
Yeah. Joe Stipe ain't too far back from Sanders. So from Sanders to, I think that's Josh or Justin. They are now all in turns 1 and 2, coming off the 2 and a backstretch as the battle proceeds there. With Bradford here getting some pressure by his fellow teammate there of Chris Campbell. Going into turns 3 and 4. Good run by Justin now, picking up some speed there to the 2 teammates.
That's 5th place, isn't it?
No, that's 6th.
6th. Oh, about to be 5th.
Yeah.
If he can capitalize on Campbell's misfortune of pounding that turn 2 wall.
As Justin tries to get clear, but can't quite get there, Will. Fortunately, going to be a little short. As he gets a nice smooth entry into turns 1 and 2. Always good to see Justin out there. Always see him here to compete. So, and that 24 Red Bull Toyota. Well, that's a weird number to be putting on Toyota, don't you think? Isn't it ironic?
Well, manufacturer, sponsor, and number collaboration. Yes, but
And then you have Josh
at least it's not a cup car, I guess.
finessing a little bit, in danger of going 1 lap down.
Yeah, I would say Brandon Moore's probably coming off a turn 4. Possibility.
Yeah, he is. Charlton does have Kyle Gooden right there in front of him as he is 2 laps down. But
Yeah, Kyle wouldn't talk to me.
I don't know why.
No, I guess he wasn't there. I was asking I was asking him. Let me spit it out. Anyway, if he was going to be, like the choose cone tonight, but
I told him just run. I said, just come on out and have
he wasn't
fun.
there.
Yeah, I know he said he stepped away. He had to do something real quick.
Oh, he's still in the 911 car. Look at that.
Yeah.
Our number. Oh, that's. Yeah.
Well, as I saw it, and I told him before, I'm like, digging the paint scheme, Dale Jarrett kind of retro throwback there. So.
We should have threw him in the 88 or something.
Right?
Or like a 288 or. Yeah.
But now you see that
Anyway.
Justin Steves now takes 5th place away from Campbell. As now he comes to work on Aaron Bradford now.
That sandbagging son of a gun, Justin Steves.
Yeah.
he was complaining earlier. I don't have any speed. He may not have any speed for Brandon Moore, but he did have speed to drive up through the field and get inside, battling for what is that, a P3 with Bradford?
P4.
Oh, P4. Okay, so P4, yeah. So
Brandon has about almost a 13-second lead over Sanders.
how many laps is this race tonight?
100 laps, and they're already
Okay,
at 32.
I was never received or given any information.
Yeah,
So I had no
it was 100
idea.
laps. Yeah, it was 100 laps.
Oh, 100. Okay, 100 laps. So not bad.
Yeah, I think that's what we did last year. Yeah, 'cause I think a full Xfinity race is 200.
Don't give me the lion. I want to say yes, 200.
Yeah.
Because I think truck race is like 150, and the Wheeling Modifieds race 100 laps around here, I think.
Yeah. So Justin is trying to finesse a little bit between the low line and middle lane in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, I would say he's more averagely middle to semi-high, or maybe middle to semi-low. No, it's middle to the high lane there, and then coming off a little bit lower. So the grip. So these drivers learn quick. The grip is not on the bottom in 1 and 2. So it is more middle 1 and 2, middle to high 1 and 2, and in 3 and 4, if you can get that low lane to glue down like Bradford's doing, then you can get it to work. So I don't know. It's very weird. You see Campbell's now coming into the pits on lap 34. Wonder if he made some contact, or maybe.
No, he could be short pitting because from what I got told by Joe, that would be if you were going to basically pit when the fuel window opens. That's pitting when the fuel window opens. So
Yeah.
he could just be trying to short pit now. Go ahead, come in, and go to the end, hopefully.
Oh yeah. So you see there, Justin Steves did get by Bradford, but Bradford is looking to attack back onto the inside here.
Yeah, like we talked about, the 4 playoff Xfinity Series championship drivers going at it tonight. Bradford is one of them, so at least trying to stay on the lead lap is a big key factor in a championship race, but also you would like to stay within reason of your championship, rivals, but not that the race isn't over or anything to that extent, but Brandon Moore just seems to be the championship, I guess if you would want to call it just hopeful, just because of all the wins and momentum and everything that's kind of already built up on his side. You have basically 3 underdogs in this scenario that you could say are going for a title, and rightfully so. They've been here just like Brandon all throughout the season, running each race and having every chance and opportunity to fight for a championship. As now Brandon gets by Josh Mall, putting him a lap down. That could be costly, as like we just talked about, one of the championship contenders.
Oh yeah. You see there, Josh Small coming into the pits as they cross.
Campbell.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say Campbell with the fresh tires, trying to make up that ground now. I kind of want to say it is a smart move to try to pit short pit before anyone else has, to try to gain some time back, but also that time that you may lose. So I do believe the closest battle on track at the moment would be between Bradford and Steves.
Yes.
Everybody else very spread apart.
Yep. As Brandon Moore is ever so slightly gonna get to Justin. As Brandon Moore crosses the start-finish line now. As 41 of 100 laps complete. For these folks. You see there, Bradford did get a little squirrely there. Joe hanging strongly P3. But Campbell on the freshest tires. So looking to rerun down Joe there. As you see there, Campbell gets to come into the inside. Gets them all clear right there. And Campbell gets by him. I wonder if Josh got hit with a speeding penalty. He's still in that.
Oh, that's a great possibility, Brian. Each racetrack, you know, that commitment line in iRacing is a bit different at each track. And at New Hampshire, it just could be right there, jumping out to just get you. And even though you have practiced for it, perhaps, you know, it still can come to bite you.
Oh yeah. So Brandon Moore's got 18 seconds over Sanders there. Looking to now put Justin Steves 1 lap down, which is the 5th place. Oh, B's doing work. When you talk about being consistent, that's the definition for it.
Yeah, he's been consistent pretty much all throughout the season. And especially showing it, like you said, here this evening.
So 46 of 100 complete. You're right on board here with Brandon.
Yeah, Justin's just fast enough to still be ahead of him.
Oh yeah. Justin, the one thing I can say, Justin's consistent too with the tire saves, and he's gonna make Brandon work for it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And he doesn't really want to go a lap down if he can really stay on the lead lap. But giving Brandon that outside lane now, he is he knows he's lost the fight, so he's ceded the position there. Good call for Justin after enough, you know, trying to hold off the race leader. He finally lets him go. So.
Yes, sir. So now as he goes and tries to work on Bradford. Next time by, they will be halfway. Once he comes off of the backstretch here to head into turns 3 and 4. They are now halfway through the race. So when did they say it was likely their pits, like pitting, you said like what?
67, 65, 67.
Yeah. So Campbell's back down.
Oh, you know, he could
Brandon's
have
pitting.
whammed the wall. Campbell could have whammed the wall one too many times. The car finally just got a bit too tight for him as far as toe link damage possibility earlier whenever we saw him just slam the wall earlier. So that could have been why he brought the car down early.
That could be. So you see there, Joe is now going to make his pit stop. As Bradford will now move up to second there. And now Charlton is now your leader.
So I do believe before the cycle of pit stops occurred, we only had, what was it, 4 cars on the lead lap?
Yes.
The leader had just got by Justin. Justin was in 5th, right? Or 6th?
Yeah.
5th?
Charlton is now pitting. Yes, sir. So now Joe is in danger of going 1 lap down. Just like that, cycled back out to Brandon, back to the lead.
I thought Joe pitted after Brandon did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Joe's a lap down. Brandon had enough to come out. And ahead of him, I do believe.
Okay.
So 55 of 100 laps in the books. As Charlton looks to go a lap down to the clutches of Brandon.
Then he'd have everybody a lap down, right?
No.
No?
Nope.
Bradford and Steve's
Justin,
is still...
Yeah. Charlton still looks to stay ahead of Brandon. I realize
Well,
he
the
found a
cars...
lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. My bad. Yeah, he should, for the moment, for a little bit longer, be able to stay in front of Brandon because he came out. I do believe he has fresher tires than Brandon. So
Yes.
the cars that are staying out longer now, I think that's just hurting them even further because Brandon came out. He's got fresher tires. I mean, I don't really see how them staying out right now is kind of helping their cause, unless they truly are banking on a caution.
Bradford's now in the pits. $61 of 100 in the books.
So just under now 40 laps to go.
Yes, sir. Brandon Moore, Justin Steves, Charlton Sanders still hanging strong, Will, in front of Brandon for that third place. So, but like we said earlier, I think he's got a lap and a half better tires than...
Why don't you ever eat before the broadcast?
Man, sometimes I don't know. I just need to take a bite. I was feeling a little nauseous.
Okay.
We're good though. We're all good.
No, I was just. You kill me sometimes. It's terrible. Oh man.
I mean, it could have been worse. I was spotting Richard, and then I had to go use the restroom, and then ended up hanging out.
All right.
For a little bit.
Okay.
Come back.
Gotcha. Yep.
He ended up getting in the wreck, and then we came back and we spotted him to a win.
Oh, all right. There you go. Went from a royal flush to a diamond in the rough. Gotcha.
Yes, that's exactly what we did.
Well then.
So, roughly closing in on... Oh, it was Kyle. Kyle's like, I'm just going to peel off here.
Yes, Kyle taking the road course. That's one way of getting out the way.
Yep. Currently, just one car on the lead lap, which is the guy in front of him.
So, utter dominant performance by Brandon Moore is what you're saying.
Yes, pretty much. And now as Charlton tends to fall into the clutches of that, and that puts him a lap down. Just like that. There is nobody on the lead lap besides Brandon.
Well, that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. So now that we know who will probably win this race.
Well, it's not over till it's over. He could still overdrive a corner, bend it into the wall. His power goes out at his house. Internet connection decides to go down for 30 minutes for maintenance. You know, anything is possible.
That is true. That is very true.
A squirrel bites into his cord, or you know, his line to his internet in his house or something. Anything can happen.
Yes. Charlton was hanging strong on the outside for a while, so I gave him the props of that. Trying to keep Brandon behind him, but it just didn't turn out to be that way. So Justin Steves is 2 laps down. Bradford, Stipe, and Sanders are all 1 lap down.
Yes, Bradford Stipe. What a name. Bradford Stipe.
Or Stipe Bradford.
No, it sounds better like
Bradford Stipe.
Bradford Stipe. Yeah, what a name. It's almost like Carltus, darn it.
Charlton.
More like Charlson. Never mind. There's a name of a what is it in West Virginia? Charleston.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are actually people with that name, like Charleston. Like, you add like a TONS something, or I don't know. It's like just adding more on to that name.
Yep.
Make it sound more sophisticated of a name, I guess.
So Justin got by Sanders. Unfortunately, that's not for position. Because Justin is...
No, that's just for fun.
Yes.
It's just, hey, I got better tires than you, fun.
And then battling Charlton will be this fella right here in the 98 Mobile 1 paint scheme of Joe Stipe. And
looks like Joe might get second in, runner-up finish here in the championship currently.
Yeah. And then you got Bradford.
Unless this man can run him down. Did someone sneeze, or was that a laugh? What was that?
What?
Never mind. Anyway, so yes, keep going down the running order, I guess.
Next behind him, as we said before, will be Justin Steves, currently 2 laps down. Behind Brandon, looking to get 1 of his laps back.
Yeah, that's 5th place.
Yep. And then we got 6th place, just pacing. This fellow 911 Ford Credit Quality.
Ford Quality Care.
Yes. Just cruising. 25 laps to go. Oh. Yep, so 25 laps left. Can Justin get at least one of his laps back? Never know, just in case someone, if a yellow comes
Is
out.
Bradford, or not Brett, is Campbell still out there?
No.
Oh.
Camel Josh still sitting in the pits.
Gotcha, 10-4s.
$23 to go. Obliviating Performance by B. Moore.
Yeah.
Not one driver.
Literally,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
just gonna say, literally launched a nuke out of the ballpark.
Absolutely not one car is on the lead lap besides Brandon. But it's like everybody said, he's got it locked up due to the times that he was putting down. I know there is a little bit of frustration in some voices out there, and I mean, these cars just fit Brandon better. I mean, I would say that there's just absolutely nothing to it. So.
Yes, I'd have to agree with you on that.
And he even says that
100%.
he loves these cars better than the other two. I guess these cars just fit the way he can finesse with it around the track, and like I wouldn't say full send maybe. I don't know, just all debatable, I guess. So. Like I said, after this race, the Xfinity Series does come to an end, Will. So we would be off on Thursdays. We will have Tuesdays, and you're back in the towers on Saturdays to finish off the Cup season, and then just as we start the playoffs for the trucks. So we got a couple of playoff races to get through, and Will, you're going to have, I'll probably say, a pretty decent show for Sonoma. My luck with Sonoma is just, I just can't tell you about that, because you know how I am with road courses. And now, I'm going to be honest with you, the only road course that I like and prefer, really, is the Roval. Me and Richard figured out how to finesse with the Roval. So we've gotten better with it. We've helped each other. So that's one thing I can thank with him. So
That ain't no road course. That's an obstacle course. Come on now.
You're right.
well, I mean, unless you get Jaden. Then,
You know, in these years that they've been doing it, I just wish that they would have, you know, they have multiple different layouts that they could have used. You know,
That's what
every
I
year
thought.
of going there, they could have spiced it up a bit and been like, okay, we're going to use this part of the track this year, or okay, well, these couple of corners that we haven't used, well, we're going to use them this year. You know, they could have spiced it up a little bit, made it a bit, instead of the same, you know, I talk about all the time about, like, you know, they could run like the Kansas Roval configuration, the Green Dam Rolex Sports Car Series last ran that years ago, and that was a cool road course, I thought. Las Vegas has a layout that the more recently GT America ran, I want to say a couple of years back. Texas has one, but it has, yeah, like it'll Yeah, exactly. You enter coming out of turn 2. You go through the infield of the back lot of the infield, and really the only series that runs there nowadays is the Formula Drift competition in North America. So
14 laps to go, Will. I repeat, 1-4. 1-4.
yes, rip to 14 laps to go.
Yes.
I thought that's what you said, RIP, but you said I repeat, so my bad. Like, whenever I first heard it, and then I had to, like, take another second to rethink what you said, I'm like, oh, he said I repeat, not rip. Anyway. Yeah, this season, I would say, for your BNR Xfinity Series has been one humdinger of a season. There was a lot of races where, you know, you kind of just didn't know who was going to win it. Some races just utter domination, but that's just what you get sometimes. That's about how it is for any series and any league, though. But hey, like it's sad that you guys are, I guess you could say, putting these cars on a shelf. But maybe one day you'll bring them back out.
It hasn't been official yet, that's for sure.
Right, nothing official, but just speculation and talks at the moment. But
yes, sirree. Laps to go. Wow. Now it's 9 laps to go. Jesus, look at that. Eight laps to go here tonight at New Hampshire. Coming to the line, about to be 7 to go. As Brandon gets by Bradford. Which unfortunately puts Bradford at 2 laps down at this current time.
yes, I muted myself. I double muted, so. Aha. I was wondering, I'm like, I'm talking, why? What? Anyway. Yes, 2 laps down for Bradford, and just utter domination tonight by Brandon. Just trying to seal this championship up. You know, lock it away, stow away the key, go ahead, put the name on the trophy for him. Going to win the race and the championship for BNR Xfinity Series racing this season. Second season.
Yes, second season in BNR.
So,
Coming to 4 laps to go. Is someone gonna slip up?
and looks like it's going to be a caution-free race as well, Brian.
Yes, all 100 laps were under green. Three to go. Next time by will be that 2 to go mark. As he crosses the line here. 2 laps to go. Next time by will be the white flag. And then he will come home to wrap up the... Oh, as Kyle hit the wall. That could have almost been costly for Brandon. Right here, as Barney the flagman waves that white flag very aggressively. Last time by here, Brandon will cross the line and be the overall race winner. A dominant performance by Brandon, I would have to say here tonight.
No doubt, you know, in our minds, Brian, yes, dominant performance. Lapping the field, just no other words to describe. You know, he came into this race one of the final 4 contenders for this Xfinity Series championship. He knew what he had to do to win this race, to win that championship. He did it. He led pretty much majority of the laps tonight. Only time when he wasn't leading was when pit cycle occurred. I mean, he drove away to a half a track lead, you know, before we were even at the 40 lap mark, I do believe. So just the pace, just sheer pace tonight that Brandon set early on.
As they have a little fun.
As Kyle, looks like Kyle was there trying to help him celebrate that championship there.
Yeah, I would say.
Now, if I'm Kyle, I'm putting it back in gear and trying to hit him as he's doing donuts. Try to launch him again. That'd be great.
Nope.
Kyle Kyle and Justin have already cleared the track, so.
Yes, they have. Well, I guess we'll talk to our P3 finisher here. Oh, Joe. Joe.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
He's
Well,
going all right.
P3, yeah, pretty good. Green flag from start to finish there, Joe. So no incidences as far as iRacing thought. I think we might have had one car go full Nelson on us, but no caution came above it. But you drove up, got yourself second in position. If something was to occur to Brandon, you were really putting up a fight there for this title contention as far as that goes. Joe, tell us about that and also about how your race was going. You seem to have really good speed here at Loudon.
Yeah, well, I did get in position, but Brandon is just so good at conserving his tires and maintaining his speed, and I burned him up trying to keep up with him. When he was sitting there battling with Charlton, I was doing everything I could to try to get up to him and get around him. But the bad thing about that is I was a lap down at the time, so it wouldn't have done me any good to pass him. So I ended up just riding there. I'm content with third place. That's the best finish I've had in the league so far.
Yeah, great run for you tonight. Congratulations on that as well.
Well, thank you. The track was it was you had to be real careful here because uh you'll burn them up real quick if you try to get on the gas too hard or on the brakes too hard. It's a very finesse and rhythm track, and um, I put in a little bit of extra practice before this race trying to make it competitive, but Brandon's just so far out of my league right now that and it's no slight against Brandon. Brandon's put in a lot of time, I'm sure, and hope to get there at some point. But to be able to race up at the front and get a good finish, and that's all I could hope for, and I managed to put together a good race from start to finish and get it done.
Yes, indeed, Joe. I'd have to say you did. Uh, Strong performance tonight here at New Hampshire. Maybe if we had another New Hampshire race somewhere in a different series, you might as well see you do good there as well. You seem to have a handful of tracks that you have kind of jotted down that you can run well at. You know, so got anything else you'd like to add about tonight's race, Joe, or maybe give some shout outs?
Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. It's always fun listening back to it the next day, uh, and hearing what you guys got to say about what was going on and some of your analysis. I been going back and listening and trying to use some of your guys' analysis and some of my experience of what I've been through to kind of change the way that I drive the car and get better. And so I appreciate you guys and what you do. Congrats to Brandon. Hell of a race for him. Uh, and congratulations to all the guys for a great race. To run a track that's can be tricky as much as New Hampshire, and to go green from wire to wire is it shows the caliber of racers we have in this league.
No, exactly, no doubt, and big congratulations to you. You know, P3 and in the race, finishing P2 overall in the standings this season in the Xfinity Series. So, double congratulations there, Joe. And thanks for talking to us tonight. Go celebrate that, man, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you guys. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
and best of luck to you in your truck playoffs too as well. So you got another
Thank
one to
you.
go for. So just
Yeah,
keep that
thank
head
you.
high and just keep pushing and finessing a little bit with those trucks there. They tend to be a little up and down for you, but you kicked ass all season. So I mean, it's good to see you up there for a while, and then just like what we'll say, go ahead and celebrate that P2
All right,
and the
appreciate
regular season points. Yes, sir. Next but not least, Charlton, Mr. Sanders. Mr. Sanders.
Yep.
There you go. Oh, we got you. How's it going, sir?
Good.
Doing all right, thank you.
Well, good evening, Charlton. Looked like uh, you had, I would say, some good pace. If we might have had a caution, you might have something to have occurred there between you and Brandon, perhaps. You had a good, strong place, second place, but just not enough overall speed to deal with Brandon at all. He was in another zip code, possible reality. We don't know yet. Still, anyway. Just tell us about your night, though. About how your race went here at Loudon.
I mean, it went pretty good. I didn't have what I felt fire off speed. I had better consistent over the long run, but by the
Right.
time me and Brandon started to stable, he was already 10 seconds, 15 seconds out. So there was nothing I could do. So it was just basically managing the gap from the cars behind me. It seemed like it was more so a race between them for second than it was for first. He definitely was the class of the field.
So yeah, good point. You kind of shifted on worrying about protecting second. That was your fight from that point on. Once, like you said, that gap increased and it kind of just stabilized out, and there was no sense in trying to bring your stuff, chase him down when you could be having a potential threat from the rear, like you said. So, um, what was that mindset, that transition like? Okay, well, he's already gone. He's in his own pace. Now I have to worry about what could potentially come from behind.
I mean, well, that just comes with when you're racing. That you can be under threat from behind or be the attacker. So sometimes it's better to focus on big picture than it is to try and continue to focus out the front windshield. Because once you start doing that, before you know it, third place, fourth place, fifth place, whatever, can sneak up behind you, and then either you're in the back or you're now trying to defend. So at some point, you got to shift your mind to big picture.
Exactly. So overall, I would say good run for you tonight.
Thank you.
Led some laps. You stayed out a little bit longer uh, than overall race leader winner Brandon there. So uh, tried a little bit different strategy. Just couldn't quite have that speed to finish on the lead lap. Unfortunately, Brandon just, like we said, just in that other realm of reality, setting his own pace and just lapping the field tonight. Just you love and hate to see races like this where somebody just nukes the field, but it does happen. But got any shout outs or anything else? Other thoughts to give about tonight's race?
Yeah. Congratulations to Brandon, first of all, for winning the championship and winning the race. But also, thanks to you guys for what you guys do. I know it's the first race that I ran in the Xfinity car with y'all, but it was fun.
Well, hopefully we get to see you around more. You seem like a swell guy, Charlton, to uh, to talk to, watch race, and why are you laughing, Brian? That's not nice. I don't even know this guy. I'm just trying to say he seems like a swell guy.
He is. He's
So
he's very laid back. He's
So,
Very calm. He's, well, I mean, a lot more better than Jaden. But
anyway, so yes, see you around there, Charlton, and
yes.
celebrate this P2 finish. Hopefully, we can see you. Maybe in the Truck Series or Cup or
Well, I think he'll be
you know.
making a special appearance in Cup this weekend, so.
There we go,
Yeah, I'll be there in
Sonoma.
Cup.
That hopefully you like some twists and turns, some hills and decline coming down the mountain. Anywho, so catch you later there, Charlton.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
You too.
You too.
We'll chit-chat in a few. Last but not least,
Yes.
Mr.
The
Brandon.
anticipation has been killing us.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hello, Brandon.
What's up, Will?
Man, you don't sound as excited as I thought.
All right, hold on. Let me tell you this. Let's go. What's up, Will? We won championship.
Oh,
yeah, Will.
There we go. Yeah. I don't care if you gotta fake it. There you go.
I'm just tired. It's a long day at work.
No, I understand. I get it. It's okay. Kind of the same type of just. What was the mental mindset going into this race, going into Loudon? A track that. And earlier, whenever I was talking to you, you just seemed to love. You had no quarrel about it. You, for the most part, your car looked like it was just a bot. Like on like the hardest difficulty imaginable, right? But anywho, so yeah, just tell us about that going into the race, then about your race, and let's go from there.
That's Final Four. You got to go out there. You got to put all the, everything you got out there. And in my opinion, if you're going to win a championship, you need to win the race. So we went out there and laid down some good laps, consistent laps, and here we are. It just car drove good. No complaints at all with the car. Just overall, just a good race.
Yeah, it looked like there. I think he had about a half a track lead before lap 40. So, only time you wasn't in the lead was during that cycle of pit stops there. So, only about 12 or 15, if that, laps you didn't lead. So
it was 2.
It was only 2. Man, I really over-exaggerated that. But anywho, just after all the races, earlier in the season that you were able to attend and race, and some you dominated, some you did win, and just the feeling of actually being able to win a championship in a league, like, how does that feel, Brandon?
It feels good. It just means, it means a lot to somebody when they can go out and run all these consecutive races and put a season together, and being able to, run top 5, consistently week in and week out, and to come away with something like this, it's nice.
It is, from experience. It's very. It just gives you a joyful feeling of
fulfillment.
Yeah, there we go. You knew what word I was trying to put in there, but I was just trying to plaster one over it because, it wasn't clicking for some. Anyway, fulfillment. There we go. That is exact. But yes, Brandon, just absolute barn burner of a season for the most part, and win. Here tonight, sealing, just sealing up that championship after putting the field a lap down. Really, there, like I was telling Brian, a list of things that could happen to you, but
yeah, I was trying to make sure none of those things happen. I'm like, well, if I go out here and I plaster lap after lap and I get a lap on the field, what can happen? A caution comes out and then I get to, come down, get tires, and take off again. So I'm like, I want to keep
Exactly.
driving it hard.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank, give some shout outs, anything else you'd like to add, Brandon, before we let you go celebrate and let you go tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the competitors who came out tonight, and not just tonight. The guys who did the long haul and came out week in, week out, ran the whole season. Level commitment, to run something like this. Appreciate those guys. Thank the broadcast booth as always putting on entertainment for the folks at home, and just want to be thankful for being able to put this run together and get us a championship. Feels good, and hopefully next year we can get us another one, and hopefully the Final Four will be at New Hampshire.
Well, hold on, sir. Hold on, wait. You still got one more to pull for, and that's Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got a race hard Saturday.
Yes, we
and
do.
we're going to be on the road course.
That's right,
So
Sonoma.
yeah, that's going to be fun. So
That's
you'll
gonna be
see a lot of
doozy.
slipping and it's going to be slipping and sliding and on that hot track, and hopefully we can keep it pointing straight.
Yeah, only one can hope for, sir. That is for sure.
Yep,
But
don't step on it.
well, yes, just like that truck race. So.
Yep, don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Well, anyway, sir, you go hammer down a few cold brewskis and go celebrate this championship performance. And you were just dominant tonight. No one could touch you. You were just in a whole different zip code that me and Will didn't even know. Like, if someone was sending, if the aliens were sending some brainwaves through your head.
I was dialed in. I wanted to make sure that we come away with this one. I was doubting it, before practice. I'm like, man, I'm getting on, didn't get any extra laps of practice in. I'm like, I bet these guys have been running probably, 100 laps of practice. I'm gonna get my, what kicked in. But that 20 some minutes of practice seemed to be enough, I guess.
Yes, sir. But anyway, you go celebrate this, and we'll talk in a few.
All right, sounds good. Thank
Yes,
y'all.
sir. No problem. Anyway, Will, this will come to the end of the BNR Xfinity Series season. Until then, we will keep all the fans and all the drivers posted on what returns. But from myself, Brian Hunt, and Will Roberts, Will, much appreciated to have you here every week. Great knowledge that you do provide for the fans and a lot of the drivers when they go back, and even the history. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go into the history of New Hampshire tonight, but you can do it some other time because I do believe the Cup Series Final Four is here too. So, for myself and Will, we thank you guys all for coming out tonight, tuning in, cheering on your drivers, sharing the love to just me and Will, and we appreciate it ever so dearly. So, we'd like to thank you guys.